Hello, everyone out there. This is Prophet Craig coming to you live from Dare to Be Different podcast. We're just talking today about different things that are happening, going on with us. And we just want to share it with you. And we're just going to test different things that are going on. I just got a little bit of soundproofing, so I'm kind of testing it, see how it works out. Getting a little bit of echo, but that's okay. Well, I hope everyone's day is going well. This is our second, I guess that's our third episode of this particular podcast. I don't do these too often, only do these like once a week. The rest of the week, my wife and I do the podcast Embracing Marriage with Barry and Karen. But during those times when she's not here, I usually just tell and talk about what's going on with us. And just like I mentioned, we're trying to make our sound better. So I had a little bit of soundproofing put in. I didn't put a whole lot, just enough in the area where I am to kind of get a feel of how it might be. Because I can't do too much with the room that I'm in and the place where I am, so I got to work with what I got. So there we go. Now, on that note, just want you to know that we have created a new website, and it is called Embracing Marriage with Barry Karen.wordpress.com. And like I said last night, if you heard our podcast from yesterday, I talked about how we was trying to negotiate and shortening that because that is a tad bit too long. So, but we're going to work with it. That's all we can do. And we're going to make it easier for you to be able to reach us. Now, you also can look at our podcast. I just kind of updated it recently, so you could be able to see we have a contacts page where if you have any questions or comments that you want to bring to us, you can go to that contact link and click on that, and it'll take you to a page where you can email us, and you can basically email to us your questions and comments. Also, you can go on our Facebook page, which is Embracing Marriage, Dare to Be Different, on Facebook, and you can go there and you can check us out. Check out the different things that we have available. As far as as far as pictures and different things, my wife, she does a lot of photo editing, different things. She makes these nice little posters and cards and things, and she's getting into that kind of stuff. She's been into that for a while, so she decides to kind of post them. She posts them on our Facebook page, so you'll see those along with our pictures of our different times when we go on dates and things like that. So also the link to our podcast also comes on that from when we post. The post actually goes to our Facebook page. It also goes to our YouTube, which is Embrace Marriage, and it also goes to our WordPress, which is the one I aforementioned. You can go check those out in those three places. We're also on Google Play, which now we recently had gotten on Google Play, and I'm excited about that because that's one of the places where I wanted to go to when we had the last podcast. I had a podcast before. If you remember on our last episodes, I talked about I had a podcast with my brother and I, and he's doing one on Podbean as well. You could check him out and see what he's talking about. It's under the name that we had before. He's taking it over, so now he's doing it. So, excuse me. So we're not doing co-hosting. We were co-hosting that show, and after a while, like I said, we have died. I don't want to go into the repeating the history. Just go back into the last episode when we was talking about, I think when I did it to update you and to encourage you as well, go back to that one, give you the whole story on that. But just to say this, we ended up shutting it down, and then he decided to take over the ministry we had which included that podcast. So he's now over that podcast, and so you can check him out. He's in Deaths for Victory Radio and also Necessary Roughness. You can check him out there. He's on podbean.com. So you can go to justforvictoryradio.podbean.com. You can check him out there and see what he's talking about. He has some posts up so you can see the word that he is sharing with you. So like I say, he doesn't do marriage like we do. He does a more general thing, ministering a general word. And then so that's what he does there. Now, like I say, this is not really just something that I just to plan on doing. Really, honestly, we don't really plan our podcast. I think I tried that in the beginning and it really didn't come out that well, because a lot of times when you plan stuff, it doesn't really work out the way you plan it. So sometimes it's good to plan it. Sometimes you want to have a subject. You want to have something to talk about. Just don't want to go in there and just start spitting out stuff and then it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't match what you're talking about, because a lot of times we had subjects that we had to title it certain things, but we really didn't know. Like last night we did one. We had to really listen to the podcast and find out exactly what we were talking about the most in order to be able to title it correctly. So because we couldn't title it, we couldn't really say, okay, we talked about this tonight, or tonight we're going to talk about this. And so what I usually do is I usually take certain excerpts from out of it. As you notice that in the beginning, my wife spoke. There were certain phrases or certain things that we'll say during the time, segment that'll really stand out to me. And what I start doing is I start doing it as an intro and I bring it into the podcast. And then all of a sudden you see and hear, you hear it later, but you also get an idea in a nutshell what we basically were talking about. So that's what we basically did. We just started just to bring it into with that and get an idea, and you'll get an idea of what we're talking about as a general topic. So that's what we did, and that's how we're doing it now. And it turns out pretty good. Like I said, it takes a little editing. I'm getting used to trying to edit and, cut and paste and put different things in different places. And so I'm learning. So if you're out there and you're doing this stuff and you kind of familiar with it, kind of give me some heads up what I could do and how I could improve my voice. If I sound okay, if I don't, what can I do to improve that? Because like I say, I'm trying to be just me. I'm not trying to be another person, another celebrity, and not trying to be like my brother's trying to be like anyone. What I'm trying to be is me. And my wife is trying to be her. And so that's what we're about. And I think that's what got you the attention. That's what got your attention, with the fact that we were ourselves. We were real. We weren't trying to be anything. It wasn't perfect. It didn't have a few botches. We laughed a lot. It came out just like we were talking. And that's what I want it to be that way. I don't want it to be scripted. I don't want it to be kind of just sound like it's a robotic kind of situation. And you just, I'm reading off a script and I'm telling you this is what I'm talking about today. It kind of, you don't want that kind of person talking to you for 30, 40 minutes, because our podcasts are long. And when you have two people, it takes a little while. So I know that our podcasts are long and maybe you won't be able to listen to it in one sitting. But if you have that kind of time, then yeah. But if you don't, that's understandable. That's why I try to make my ones I do myself kind of short. Just to update you, just tell you what's going on, just to let you know what we're doing, and just to say hi by myself. Just a free and kind of, it's always a test to see how everything goes. So when we do ours together, everything will be right. So, like I said, check us out on Facebook. We have Facebook, Dare to Embracing Marriage, Dare to Be Different. Check us out on YouTube, Embracing Marriage. Also, like I say, our new website, Embracing Marriage with BarryandKaren.com. Well, soon will be, I think it will be .org, but we're going to change it to .org. But it will actually, now it's .wordpress.com, but it will soon be .org. So we'll do it, Embracing Marriage with BarryandKaren.org. So it'll be that. So, or it'll be the letters. We're debating. So what would sound better for you if you think we should do the whole letter thing, just to do the letters of each one, or just do the whole name and like we're doing the dad and put .com on it? Just let me know in the comments of what you think. If you're listening to it on YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. We are just starting off. We're on at the past 50 download mark. I thank God for each and every one of you that have listened to this and that you love it. You want more of it, let us know. We're reaching 100. We're shooting for 100. So we got 50 more. We got, about 47 more to go. 43. So if you hit that like button, hit that download button, let us know what you think. Let us know what you believe, and then what you want heard on broadcast, what you want, subjects you want to hear about, what you want us to talk about in some marriage. You have questions, you have, things that you want to share. Let us know. Let us know what's going on, so we'll know you're out there. Like I said, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what's going on and the new stuff that's coming up. Like I said, we're shooting for being on Spotify soon. I'm waiting back for them. Pray for us that we get on that. And also, I'm trying to shoot for some other places that allow podcasts to be aired. And I'm going to get back on TuneIn as soon as I can. We'll have a station there. So on podcast and podcast category, so you can be able to listen to us on TuneIn in case you don't hear us on other areas. So I thank God for you listening to us and for joining and sharing with us. And we're going to get back with you, me and my wife again, and we'll see you soon. God bless you. Bye-bye.